2 of them! Hello everyone and welcome back. We're here in Subsistence. This is episode 2. Will we survive or will we get our head crushed by a bear again? Who knows? Find out soon. And nothing I've picked up has survived. And all the while, all the animals along the path are levelling up. Making it even more difficult for me to get that. The only thing I'd say about this game, it has a massively steep learning curve. That's a bear. Another stamina though. Two of them! There's my beaten up ass body. I think the only way I'm going to survive is if it spawns me. Is that might be base. Now, I don't have any food. I don't have any of the things I've picked up. So all these runs have been a complete and utter disaster. And I don't actually know for sure if that is the base. That's why early on you want to build a chest as quickly as possible. That way, each time you go out and scavenge, you can go back to base, drop it in the chest, and it saves it. You don't have to then go find it from your body. As long as you can get back to your base, you're solid. Now, there is a shrub I want. There's also a dead body. That body is within a reasonable distance as well. Might as well try and salvage something from this. Bound to be a wolf or something nearby. Probably run straight into it. Actually, what was it killed me here? Was it a wolf or a... I don't see it anywhere near. Oh, to unlock these chests, by the way, just press and hold E, which is your action button. And those little shrubs that look like everything else, same sort of thing. What is that? A dead chicken. That is dinner. Okay, so it wasn't all in vain. I'm going to leave the rest of the chest, even though one of them's got a bear in it. So I think the hardest thing to come by early on is these shrubs. Because these really are what you use to make most of the stuff. And most of the stuff actually requires a reasonable amount of them. Come on, come on. Come on. Ah, I missed it. Let's go back into run mode. It's going to run me straight into a wolf, I know it is. Or that bear. And the problem with bears when you run into the water is, yeah, it's going to go straight for that bear. We're not doing that. It's also getting dark. So the temperature will be dropping, which means we'll start taking cold damage. Now what we're looking for on the banks of this river is, or the banks of this lake, is like kelp, and there's some there. It's a source of vegetables. It's also the base of some medicine, if my memory serves. Now sunrise and sunset look amazing in this game. It's just the lighting is done really, really well. I'm not sure how this is going to look as we get to nighttime, because I know sometimes videos I render to YouTube don't look great at night. Hopefully it's visible and works pretty well. Yeah, we're taking cold damage now. Temperature's dropped to 6 degrees. Now, before we go back... Do I light a fire? We're going to need to light a fire to cook the chicken. And I am going to need to eat if we're going to survive, so we're probably going to do that. We also need to craft a flask so I can boil some water. As it appears you don't get one when you die. And the fog's set in, so I can't actually see if there's anything around. Now obviously the way to actually survive this is to... Let's get some wood, because we are going to need to feed the fire, and I don't think I've got much, if any. We've got 22 pieces. Now your health will regenerate once you're comfortable. Now you'd think if you're chopping wood that it would give you some warmth, but it doesn't. Okay, for a fire I think we need a match, is it? And some wood. Can't remember. Right, so we need some fuel. So the fuel is wood, and if you right click, split half, that'll give us the fuel. We need ignition. And that should be it. And there we have a fire. We also need to build one of those, which means I need more rope. And to craft rope, we go into here, select cordage. Stack those up to craft. It burns wood quicker than I remember. Seriously? Right, so the other thing is we're going to drop that into... Butcher it. Let's butcher it. Okay. We put that in there. Now, you've got to watch these because they will overcook. And if they overcook, you damage the quality of the meat. So you damage what you get back from them. Now, these berries, these blueberries are really good early on for vegetable stuff. Is that cooked now? Low-grade chicken meat. Medium. I think medium's probably optimum. And there are food bars for meats going straight back up. And we'll do the same with the blueberries. Now, flask. Let us craft the flask. Actually, let me just stash this stuff so I don't go out with it by accident and end up losing it all when I die. We got 3 rope. I think we need 6 for a fishing rod. Yeah, we do. And they're my only matches as well, so I want to keep this fire lit as long as possible. Okay, so flasks. This is important. To fill a flask, you go and stand in the river and then press the button on the bar for that flask, and it fills it with dirty water. If you press that button again, by mistake, you will drink the dirty water and get poisoned. So you need to cook it. While that's cooking, you can't overdo water. I don't actually know if you leave it forever whether it will boil dry. I'm guessing it probably won't, but... Or some more rope. This island does seem to spawn quite a nice amount of stuff. I'm poisoned again. Now, I think all that poison does is lower your maximum potential health. So it's not terrible. Probably is late game. There is our water. And to drink, we just press the button again. And we'll go back to the river and press it up. What I do suggest, if you're running around with this flask and it's got dirty water in it... I've just drunk the water. Because I'm an idiot. What I was saying is, if you are going to run around with this water, make sure you put it back in your inventory so you can't accidentally press the hot bar and drink it, which I just did. Trying to open my inventory because I thought it was I, not tab, and I obviously hit the 8 button right above the eye. So I'm now double poisoned. Not sure you can be double poisoned. Okay, so back on the fire. They basically just go in these cook slots. Now, if fishing rods are out of the question because they require 6 rope, what's a bow? Bow requires 6 rope as well. Interesting. A gun requires less rope than a bow. I suppose a bow's got a big rope on it. Don't suppose you ever... What do you use a rope for in a gun anyway? There you go. Sunrise. That's kind of delightful. I mean, look at all the specs. I don't really want to leave this fire. Because if it burns out, I've got no way of relighting it without building something to relight it. And that'll take up rope because it's this thing, fire starting kit. Requires a biofuel. I've only got 1 of those. So it's not the end of the world, but we do need some biofuel to do that. Let us go and try and find a bear. Also, when you go out, leave everything. Now, there is a bug, and I'm not sure if this is a bug or just a feature. If you leave your flask in a chest for any period of time, it vanishes. You're best instead leaving it in the fire, and I can't remember what I did in this case. I left it in the fire, which is safe. Okay. Just top it up with wood before we go. Oh, I see. When you put the fuel in, it vanishes, but it fills up this fuel bar. And again, we're going out for some quick food. So, I'm looking for kelp and then animals. And obviously any shrubs that will help me survive. To build rope and a bow. Okay, that's a wolf. I can't do the trick with a tree with a wolf. Or even attempt it. Because wolves are too clever. I think you need to find a tree as well that's about the right thickness. I always tend to pick one that's either too thin. Come on. Don't bring the wolf with you. There we go. Ow. As I said, I can't see how this isn't an exploit, but this game is so brutal, I think I deserve it. And you can blame the person on stream who told me to do it. Because they did tell me it was a feature. Promise. Now, animals are really neat because you get leather, and leather's pretty useful. That bear with one swipe almost took me from 80 to 16. It's a little obscene. You've been watching Altec 2K. Thank you for watching.